All right, if you're here, welcome. Let us build the navbar, which is this section at the top that has the logo and about us, contact us, and now let's do that. So this is how I'm going to approach that part. Okay, the navbar is going to be outside of my main wrapper. So inside my page wrapper, I'm going to go to add. I'm going to scroll down to navbar, and I'm going to click it, and it's here. I'm going to drag it up above my main wrapper. Mind you, not inside your main wrapper, please, for the sake of Google crawlers. It's just client first strategy. Put it outside your main wrapper. Okay, good. So what you want to do is you want to call this navbar. Let's just say call it navbar. All right, call it navbar, and inside of it, this is very tricky. I'm using Webflow's navbar because we have to use it, because the navbar has some necessary features and styles that you cannot just say you want to create it from scratch. So you have to use either Webflow's navbar or a navbar from made in Webflow. So we have the container, but what I'm not going to use Webflow container. I am not going to do that. Okay, so inside of it we have this container, we have this brand. This is where our logo is going to be, nav menu and menu button. Don't worry about this. Okay, so we have inside of this, I'm going to bring in a div block. This is what I'm going to do. I'll bring in a div block, I'll drag it here, and I'm going to drag this brand inside my div block. I'm going to drag this nav menu inside my div block, mind you, inside. I'm going to drag this menu button inside my div block too. So everything is inside the div block. So I'm going to delete this container. Boom, out. I don't need you anymore. Now this div block is going to be, let's call it nav, maybe nav container, nav container. Now this nav container, we're just going to give it maybe a maximum width of 80 rem too. Okay, and give it padding of 2.5 rem. All right, to the left, so that it shouldn't touch. I'm just going to style it 2.5 rem. I'm going to style it this way. Okay, what else am I missing? Make it be at the center. So okay, good, we have this. All right, so inside this brand, we're going to bring in an image that is the logo. Choose image, and we have, I think I have the logo somewhere. Fintrack. Good, we have the logo here. Now mind you, you want to also make this nav container, flex box, horizontal align. You want to justify it start to end like this and align it center. Good, it's now aligned center and justified here and here. Okay, now the next thing you want to do is see this gray background. We don't want it because our design here doesn't have any gray background. Okay, so you go to the nav bar, this nav bar here, scroll down here and just take it away, make it white or make it transparent. Okay, make it transparent. That's one way. And we have about us, contact us, and products here. So we're just going to say rename this to about us. Now you want to call all these nav links. You want to give it a class of what? Nav links. Okay, so everything here is going to be nav link, and also nav links. Okay, good. So we have contact us, we have about us, contact us, and products. About us, contact us, contact us, and products, PRO. Okay, now we have all of these three: about us, contact us, and products. Now what else do you want to do? What am I missing? Okay, you see how this, you check the font, Satoshi is 18, and it's also medium, right? Medium. So on our design here, these are nav links, but you see how they just have 1 rem. You want to make it not 1 rem but 1.125 rem. That's 18. All right, that's 18 pixels, and you want to make it not normal but medium. It's a little bit bold, which is medium. After that, now what we want to do next is you want to this one is a little bit too close to the edge here. It doesn't make sense given what we have here. See, we have a reasonable amount of space, so let's go do that. Now you want to click on your nav container and add top, maybe 1 rem top padding and 1 rem bottom padding too. Good, so we now have a reasonable amount of space at the top here, see, and bottom as well. So you see what we have. Now, how do we now do for this button here? We have the download button. Now let's go and try to sort that out. Now what we can do for the button is inside of this nav menu. So you want to call this is a div block that houses these 3 nav links. Okay, so you just call it nav menu, whatever they call it, just call it nav menu. Okay, now you want to bring in a div, you want to bring in not a div block but a button. You want to bring in a button, but this is the catch. Now you notice how this button is having this icon here. This button is having an icon and the text. If we use normal webflow button, we will not be able to achieve that. So what we can do is we're going to build our own button. Okay, let's just do that quickly. So we're going to bring in a div block. Okay, this is a div block which will serve as our button, right? Now we're going to call this div block button. All right, we're going to call it button. We have a class for that, a button class that you remember from the style guide. Our button class has rounded edges and this color. Now we're going to add a combo class. There is a combo class for our buttons too. Is what is it? Is icon. But before I do that, let's just leave it at button for now. Now inside this button is a div block that we call button. Let's throw in a text field, a very short text field, text block inside. See, we're going to call that download app, right? Just going to say download app. Good. Now we're going to throw in an image inside and we're going to add that SVG file. Good. Now we have 2 things. Now we're going to call this button is icon. Boom. The moment you say is icon, it's going to align it horizontally for you. You don't have to be confused. Now just carry the image here to the top. So image and text. And we have the button here like this. This is what we have now. But from our design, everything is all horizontally aligned. Now what you want to do, you want to go to the nav menu. The nav menu is the parent that houses everything here, all of this and the button. So you go to nav menu and you click on display flex box. Now everything is aligned horizontally. You want to give it a spacing of maybe 1 rem. Good. Everything is now having 1 rem, 1 rem, 1 rem, which is good. That's what we're looking for. Now notice how it's looking good. Really good. Okay. So what if this our button is I don't know, maybe ours is too fat. Ours is kind of like too fat. So we want to click here and what is the problem? Why is it looking too big? Maybe the padding. Okay, the gap for the row, let's say 0.5. Oops, I'm not sure it's the gap. Maybe the padding here, let's make it 0.5. Okay, padding bottom to 0.5. Okay, what else am I missing? This is perfect. This too is perfect. But the button seems to be still fat. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Maybe the text. It's 1 rem here. And for our text here, we have it as 1 rem still. Okay, let me see the reason why. Here we have 8. Okay. I think the problem should come from, okay. Let's make it 1 rem and 1 rem. Okay. This is not bad. It's not bad. We'll come to that later. This is what we have for now. Okay. So we are done with that. We have our logo here and our nav menus here and our button. Now notice this is not a button, it's just a div block that has, text and icon. How do we make this a link? Because this is supposed to be a link here. It's supposed to be a link. When you click it, it takes you somewhere. So what we can do is to just on that button, you can just right click and say convert to link block. Boom. Now it's now a link. When you hover on it, you see that hand sign. You can now link it to wherever you want to link it to. I think that should be all for now. In the next video, we are going to build this section out. All right, this statistics section. See you in the next class.